welcome along to our first session here on Full-Time. This is our last Full-Time for 2018. Just want to send a big shout out to all our listeners out there. And also, in particular, a big shout out going out to our sponsors, Racetrack Motors, of course, down there on Grey Street. Joining us this morning, who we have with us, Raa Walker. Morning, bro.
Yeah, good morning, boys. And it's been a long year, Keithy, an uneventful year. So be good to see the back of it and bring on 2019. Hopefully, it'll be a lot more prosperous for all of us.
Yeah, indeed. Also joining us from up there in Pairo, where there's been heaps and heaps of lightning and thunder, we have our man Rino Wilkinson. Morena, bro.
Yeah, morena, boys. End of the show for the year, so it's gone by pretty quick, hey? Bring on the festive season, holiday season. Let's hope we do have summer weather. No thunder, lightning like we have had for the last 10 hours non-stop, but it's life. Wake up another morning. You get to listen to us here on Full-Time.
Yes, indeed. Also joining us from over there in Australia, we have our man, Jason Tawhiwhirangi. Morena, JT.
Yeah, morena, Keith. Morena, boys. Morena to everyone out there. It must be the same weather patterns we're having over here as what's happening in Pairo. Lots of thunderbolts and lightning, and it's very, very frightening.
Indeed, it must be. Now, before we get into, I suppose, what's gone on over the year, some interesting things have happened, kind of recently. In particular, one of the things that kind of stands out for me is, what's her name? Katrina, formerly Katrina Grant, but Katrina Rory. Have you heard about that, Reno?
Yeah, not in the Silver Fern squad. Bit of a shock, obviously, for most of the netball followers. And recently, like you say, just got married, bro. And, she was a stalwart of the team for many years. And it was a grueling session, the trials, and she didn't make the cut. So that's just the way it is. And Noel's gone with another team and a couple of young debutants. I know one young girl from over your way, over Ngāti Porou, has made the team as well. So, it's just part of life, mate. It's just the way it is. She's got to build the team, go forward, and unfortunately, Katrina's not part of their mould at the moment. But hey, I would guess the door will be open for other series of games coming up as well, mate.
Indeed. I just thought it was interesting because, how do you think the Silver Ferns will go on with her? I mean, I know it's going to be very difficult, and I think it's difficult for her in particular, but a lot of the other, some of the others that have made the team are quite saddened by it. And what do you reckon? Yeah,
I suppose so. In hindsight, we'll see how it goes. See what happens with the netball series. I suppose, if we start getting back on that winning formula, we won't really talk about it. But like you say, pole, that's what she's known as pole to the players. And she's been part of that whole team structure for, close to a decade, I would guess, mate. But has to come to an end. Who knows, it might get revealed in the new year that she's hapu. Right. And that may be why she's not being picked. No one knows. But it's just one of those things. Life carries on, mate, and you just got to carry on what the team he has. And, hey, that's what Nolani's done. And she put them through three massive trial scenarios. And there's a couple other players who didn't make the cut as well. So look at Bailey Mears, who's been in the shooting circle with Maria as well. She's not even in that mould. So, yeah, hey, it's just one of those things. That's just part of life, mate, in sports.
Now, JT, there's a big boxing match, I dare say, for our man Joseph Parker. This is something that he, without a doubt, it's going to be difficult for him, but he needs to win this in order to probably continue on in his career. Otherwise, I reckon it's probably over. What do you reckon?
Oh, geez, Keith, you bowled me a Yorker first up, mate. I know he's fighting. I don't know who he's fighting. I don't know what's being said. Unfortunately, the coverage over here has been minimal, so you can see what you see on Facebook. I haven't even played a shot, Keith. You've clean bowled me, mate.
What do you reckon there, Raa?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, even old JP, not JT, but JP, Joseph Parker, he's sort of realising that, it's crunch time now, and this guy he's up against can literally go either way. I mean, it depends on who the informed boxer of the bout is going to be, once you're in the ring. But, yeah, I'm going to put my money on Joseph. I mean, there's a reason he's been around for a little while, but it could well be a really interesting fight. May not be the encounter that we thought might be, one-sided affair. I think his opponent's going to go out there and give it his all, as you'd expect most, up-and-coming boxers to do, and, try and knock Joseph for 6. Let's hope he doesn't do that.
Rino, I reckon it's pretty much done and dusted if he doesn't do well in this fight, eh? What do you reckon?
Yeah, you're right, Keith. I would guess that would be it. That'll pull the curtains down on Joseph Parker. Look, there's not many people who invested money into this. It was $40 via Sky. No one's really invested. I've seen that come up on the news. So there's no interest in the fight. It's no surprise that JT hasn't heard about it on the Goldie there, because really Parker's kind of disappeared all of a sudden since that big fight. Alexander Flores, a Californian USA fighter, he comes with some good credentials. This will be a tough one for Joseph Parker. I'm excited about some of the earlier fights. I'm looking forward to Brown Butterbean up against Manu Vatuvei. I know yesterday they all had their weigh-ins. And a bit of tongue-in-cheek as they do. A few of the Warrior boys have gone down to watch Manu. But, hey, we'll bring on the big fight. Parker's got to win, really. He's got the pressure on him if he wants to keep the New Zealand Samoan faithful and carry on with the career in 2019. What does that also mean for Kevin Barry? Doesn't sound like he wants to hang around in 2019 as well. So, bit of pressure around JP at the moment. I know he's come out yesterday, went on social media with a bit of tongue-in-cheek and all this type of stuff. I thought, well, Joseph, shut your mouth and let your talking do in the ring tonight, mate. So we'll see what happens.
Well, I guess, JT, something that you must know something about is, of course, the test between India and Aussie. Have you been catching up with that?
Cricket? Australia won the toss yesterday at Perth, 277 for 6. So honours probably tilting towards Australia at this stage, but a long way to go.
Indeed. And, of course, I think Sri Lanka and New Zealand get started today down there at... must be the Basin Reserve down in Wellington. I think so.
I hope so. Yeah. I've got no idea.
Fair enough. Real quick, what else has been happening in sport there, Rino?
Well, I suppose the biggest talking point of sport this week had to be the other night, mate. The ASB Rugby Awards.
Yes.
Kendra Coxedge creating history, the first female ever in rugby history to be engraved onto the Carl Tremaine trophy. So that was a massive night, dominated by the woman. Black Ferns winning the team of the year as well. And when you take a look at that whole night, and I was watching that on TV only because the Thames Valley boys are there, and I see our own captain, Brett Ranga, won the Heartland Player of the Year. Crusaders actually won the National Team of the Year as well. But overall, great to see the female recognised in the sport of rugby, and it was just a fitting night. Kendra, at the age of 30, her twin sister was there as well. She's returning down to Taranaki. Some of the girls who are there part of the Sevens team will be in Tauranga today, because they've got the big Sevens rugby getting underway this morning, as we speak on our show, actually. It's just started this morning. The first game's up and going. So massive inclusion of Sevens rugby. Well, you think the girls, they live all in Mount Maunganui now, the whole Sevens structures with their partners, I should say. So they all reside over there. Makes them more of a bonding session, training session easier. They train through summer, keep in touch. So quite surprising, not many realise that they actually all live in the one town now, and that's how they get to have the dream run. But that dream continued last Thursday night, with, of course, the ladies dominating the ASB Rugby Awards.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Steve Henson, yesterday morning, mate, 9 o'clock. Not going to be around after 2019.
Okay. Well, that was pretty much on the cards about Henson, though, wasn't it? I mean, I don't think it was a big surprise to a lot of people. What do you reckon, Raa?
Yeah, well, I think Shag had been dropping hints, throughout the year, and there was a lot of expectation that he was going to be pulling the plug on his illustrious career as coach of the ABs of the All Blacks, and perfect timing. I mean, he's going to set through to the next World Cup in 2019, and let's hope he can sort of, end his career as what could well be one of the greatest rugby coaches ever on a high by taking out next year's Rugby World Cup. I don't want to put the kibosh on him, but no doubt he's going to try his damnedest to end off on a high, and it'll be who's going to be replacing him. There's already been a few names mentioned, but no doubt as the time gets closer in 2019, you're going to see a lot of coaches come out of the woodwork, and it's going to be quite interesting. One guy sort of like is our Canterbury Crusaders man, old Scotty Robinson. He's a colourful character,
isn't he?
I love it. I love it when they play those highlights of him doing the breakdowns, just spinning on his back. How many rugby coaches of that calibre and of that ilk do you see doing that? That to me epitomises a guy who can have a bit of a laugh at himself and enjoy a bit of fun with the team, especially if they're sort of giving it their all throughout the whole season. So, because at first I thought, I wouldn't like him, but then as I got to realise more about him, and he's a bit of a character, he may well be just what the All Blacks are looking for.
Good player too, back in the day, but good player as well.
Button here, and would that sort of thing go against them with the stiff upper neck? The two fight rugby fit people at the top of the chain. Would that sort of stuff go against them? Because we know how conservative these old cultures are, and they don't want some breakdancing dude doing that sort of stuff. Or is rugby losing its grip on itself?
Things could indeed be changing there, JT. That brings up a very good point, though. But things could indeed be changing. What do you reckon, Reno? He could be the next AB coach?
Yeah, well, they've got them given. He's for it. He's already said it at the Rugby Awards when they interviewed him, 2020. He'll put his hand up there after 2019 and want to coach the All Blacks. He's put himself forward. Joe Smith, well, he's kind of sitting on the fence. He did talk about retiring after the Irish World Cup performance next year. But now he's come back out of the woodwork and said, well, he might think about that AB job. They're only riding on him because of what he's just done against the All Blacks and how he's won the Six Nations. If I had to pick between the two, I'd go for the colourful Razor Robinson. What he can do. If this guy wins another Super Rugby franchise next year in 2019 with the Crusaders, guarantee you he will be the All Black coach 2020.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that one.
Yeah. No, I think he certainly...
He's already in the structure.
Yes. They've entered him in, and for that particular reason too. And so, it's going to be interesting to see what abounds next year, that's for sure. I just want to go back real quick, talking about... because I think it was just phenomenal hearing about Kendra Coxedge, getting her name put on that Caltremain trophy. I think that's just something unbelievably awesome, quite frankly. Considering that this is a young girl who when she was young, she started playing for the Black Ferns. I think she was still a teenager. I'm not even sure she had just left school, or she might have still been in school. But, she's been in there for a long, long time. She's been part of that Black Ferns team for a very long time. And it's just awesome for her in particular, I think, to get the accolades that she's gotten, isn't it, Reno?
It is, mate. And I think everyone on the rugby circle kind of thanks and praises her ballet teacher, because that's where it started. She's no good at ballet with her twin sister, kept falling over herself and everything. Then she decided to quit ballet, and the ballet teacher said to her, when you go around at the back there, you can't do ballet, go and kick that football. Well, the rest is history from there onwards. Because, she started playing club rugby down in Taranaki, represented her province, straight through to Black Ferns, as you say, as a youngster. At the age of 30, you would think she's got a couple more years in her. She's guaranteed a couple more years to the fans out there, because she wants to be part of the World Cup here in Aotearoa 2021. That's where she's already said she's going to do her farewell. At the age of 32 is not that old these days. You take a look at Tima Parabailey, who's put herself up at the age of 43 for netball. You take a look at the captain of the current Black Ferns. Some of these girls aren't in their prime, but still got age, still got the heart, and loves to wear the black jersey, mate. So, outstanding. I would never have picked her to be the first female ever on that trophy. I thought it would have gone to someone like, and I'll say Porsche